Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Train, and welcome to some more Doki Doki Blue Skies mod. I have to do a lot of bulking, or at least a decent amount of bulking, because of... I'm going to quickly take out an external keyboard here. So that was what that was. I apologize. Because currently I can't reach the keyboard, and I need to be able to read. So I'm actually going off my OBS preview, so if stuff feels a little bit weird, that's why. But oh god, don't fall. Let's pull this forward just a bit. Put you up there. There we go. All right. So I have to do a lot of bulk recording because I have several obligations I need to do, and by obligations I mean I have work until Christmas. Because as of me recording this, it is currently Monday, the 14th of December. And I need to bulk record quite a bit, so I thought, okay, we'll just bulk record some Doki Doki, I'll bulk record some Titanfall, and tomorrow, which should be Tuesday, if you haven't already seen it, I haven't seen how the turnout is, and I'm only premiering it just that way people can see the page. I'm not really interacting with chat. It's just gonna be more or less there. But there was a premiere on Tuesday. If you are seeing this, this should have already happened. I knew it. I have no idea how it went, and I have no idea how it's going to go. But enough dawdling. Let's hop right back in to Doki Doki Blue Skies. In the last episode, we had the horror Halloween storyline, which I will say is completely optional if you are playing this mod. The Halloween is actually a setting that you can enable and disable right before you load up a game. If you go here, skip Halloween. That's the Halloween section, and I have this bit on because if I don't, I'm going to have my channel terminated. I've seen snippets of what those are already, and I will not be linking them because I don't want you in trouble. But I will say those particular sections are really good if you're playing on your own who aren't recording like I am. Anyway, let's hop back into it. Brr. It's gotten so cold. October was so warm. Why couldn't it stay that way? We are in November, you know. Last year's November was so mild. It's so unfair. I'll be just get really cool winter things like penguins, reindeers, even Frosty the Snowman. Sorry, you know that Frosty the Snowman wasn't real, right? Of course, silly. But if you made an actual snowman and named him Frosty? Pretty sure that doesn't count. Here's my comments away an indignant huff of air visible from her mouth. I just wanted to snow. Seeing the gentle snowfall at night, when you're tucked up cozy inside with some hot chocolate. Oh my god. I'd go for some of that right now. So it's peaceful. All of the untouched snow, and when it's quiet. You should probably spend Christmas with Yuri this year, you know. So I think you two share the same thoughts. Oh, well, it's obviously really fun to have snowball fights, build snowmen, make star angels. I've never heard star angels, I've heard snow angels. I'm missing a day or two off school. I guess I joined the literature club and started appreciating nature a bit more. Although I still love summer. That much hasn't changed then. Well, I don't know. What? Just feeling around in my pocket, desperately looking for something. I left my gloves at home. My hands get cold so easily. Having cold fingers is the worst. Well, or having wet socks on. Blow on them, Sayori. Huh? Blow on my hands? Yeah, it'll warm them up. Trust me. She takes my advice, but judging by the look on her face, it's a futile effort. Helps a little, but they're still so cold. I just wish I had something proper to warm them up for me. She stands there pouting. An idea forms in my mind, one that'll benefit both of us. Give me your hands. Do my best to ignore my beating heart. I take her hands in my own and start rubbing on them. Huh? What are you doing? Her own mind, hoping she attributes my sudden stuttering to the cold. And now the sudden nervousness the situation brings. What does it look like I'm doing? To so process with the leg of her hands warming up. Given how hot my whole body feels, it's no surprise. Half expecting there to be a steam running off my fingers by this point. Silence in the air feels heavy, almost as we were laced with some kind of tension. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it, but the unfamiliarity of the sudden intimacy makes me feel a little uncomfortable. There, it should be much warmer now. I moved to put my hands away, but Suri's grip doesn't loosen like I expect it to. Would you, mind holding on just for a little bit longer? Suri is sweet what you've done for me. I get cold super quickly, though. Sure. Although we'd have to get a move on, otherwise we'd be late. That's okay. So we make our way to school just like any day where we've walked together. Except for one major difference. We're holding hands. I mean, friends can hold hands, right? It's not necessarily romantic or anything, but it feels so good. Just like it belongs. Suri's fingers are absentmindedly stroking the back of my hand, and I have to fight the urge to return the favor. Nah, to hell with it. Her hands feel so warm and soft against mine, so there's no way I'm letting this opportunity pass up. She laughs softly as my fingers trace a gentle circle around the back of her hand. Ugh. She breaks the silence, but only slightly, as her voice is barely audible over the howling wind of my own hammering chest. You're pretty quiet, Ryan. Sorry. It's okay. You don't have to say sorry. This has been really nice, hasn't it? It has. My mind is screaming at me to say more, to say something. Something romantic and cheesy. Feels so content and warm, and most importantly, safe. The girl I grew up with, the girl I've shared so many happy memories with, the girl who provided a bundle of sunshine in my life. Your hands feel really nice. Yours feel really... Don't mess up, Ryan. Ditto. Well, I wouldn't mind more than warming your hands up again. You know, if they ever get, cold. That was the lamest response I could have given her. Sarah thinks otherwise, though, as she bursts into laughter. Feel my cheeks fire up again, this time out of embarrassment. Hey! Sorry. You're just so adorable. Yeah, well, so are you. The line is out of my mouth before my brain has a chance to even process it. This time it's Suri's turn to go flustered. An endearing crimson flush appears on her cheeks as she looks away embarrassed. You're really cute sometimes, you know that? This is deep in uncharted territory. I've really passed some kind of line. The line that you'd adhere to when you're just friends with someone. Although, do I really care? I have no idea how to even start saying that. She flails, further demonstrating my point. Wait, are those? Sari, what's that in your pocket? Are those gloves? She freezes, looking like a deer caught in the headlights. Huh? I have no idea why my Discord stuff is popping out like that. It's weird. No, of course not. Ooh, look at the time. We're gonna be late. See you at lunchtime. She zooms off with the velocity of a bullet. I'm left standing there in awe. That girl is so damn sneaky. Then again, it's not like I didn't benefit from her little plan, is it? She'll be the death of me. With high spirits, I follow after Sari's rapidly disappearing profile. Ah! Sakurai. And that was the state of the war by the summer of 1917. As he outlines the activity we'll be doing next, my ears prick up. Prick up? I think they mean perk up? My ears prick up as he mentions we'll be doing it in pairs. By the way, turn to page 394. Oh my god, this is a big fucking book. That chapter should be most relevant for this task. If you don't mind me, I'll be marking all the homework I should have gotten back to you last week. As per usual, his light, self-deprecating style earns a smattering of laughter from the class. Emmy and I have been working diligently making steady progress. It's about to break time, I reckon. I've been meaning to ask, how's the track stuff coming along? This season's been great, although there aren't as many sessions going on this month. I mean, there's still some, but people always chicken out when it gets cold. No dedication. I hate seeing people give up on stuff. You and your running, eh? I gotta give you credit for that, though. I wish I had the drive for exercise. Oh, I don't think it's a lack of drive that stops you from exercising. There's a mischievous look in her eye. You're distracted. I catch Sakurai looking at us. Hastily, I turn back to my textbook. Scribble something in a lazy effort to look like I'm doing some work. Once the back is turned, my full attention goes back to Emmy. Distracted? By what? By who is what you should be asking. There's a very annoying smile was making me feel a little uncomfortable. Come on, Emmy, enough with the riddles. Sayori! I see you two having lunch together all the time. Don't you walk her home as well? I didn't know they teach you how to stalk people at the track club, Emmy. So you do walk her home, then. So you do stalk me, huh? So, do you like her? Hey, I promise I won't tell anyone. Come on, the amount of times I let you copy my homework? I gurgle over my breath. I had a feeling you used that to get a favor out of me. Use it against you? Of course not. It's just my way of reminding you that you can trust me. Well, actually no. I guess I am being a little pushy, aren't I? Sorry, I shouldn't have. It's all good. It's not that I don't want to tell you. It's just, I don't know. It's really confusing. I guess put it simply, yeah, I do like her. I knew it. That's so cute, though. How long have you liked her? I nervously scratched the back of my head. Well, you've always been childhood friends, but over the past few years we started drifting apart. I joined her literature club last month, and well, since then I've just really enjoyed being around her. I guess I never really realized what my feelings were. We've been spending more time together recently, and I sighed dreamily. You're noticing all the little quirks about her, aren't you? Aww. Yeah, things like how blue her eyes are, how hot and warm her hands feel, and how cute she looks when she's concentrating. She's always been really good at making me feel at ease. Ooh, that's a sharp pain in my gut. Hungry, I guess. Whenever she's around, I just feel really, I don't know, just happy? Oh god, all that mushy stuff must sound super embarrassing. I'm sorry, I know this must sound really cringy. It doesn't. It's fine. I know the feeling myself. Oh, that guy you started dating a couple months ago? The new guy, right? That's the one. What was it like for you? What little things did you start to notice about him? I guess I realized how much he really thinks with his heart. He's a little dense, but I really came to appreciate how patient he can be. But that's enough about me. Sounds exactly the same thing is going on here. When are you gonna tell Sayori? Well, that's the thing. Ah, Ryan, Emmy. Everything going well? Oops, looks like I was getting into the conversation with Emmy that I totally forgot we were in a classroom. Then we've made enough progress for Sakurai not to chide us. I've never heard that word before in my life, and I took English. I took AP English. No, did I? No, I didn't. Ignore me. I took an advanced English class. That's all I'll say. Not AP, just advanced English. He studies our notes. Doing well so far, though I'd add a little bit more detail about how the United States entered and how that clashed against their policy of isolationism. After all, it was a turning point in the war from both a military and foreign policy perspective. Noted, sir. As he meanders off, Emmy wastes no time and jumping back to the conversation. You are going to tell her, right? I don't know. Part of me wants to, but I'm super nervous. What if she doesn't feel the same way? She dismisses my concern with a frown and a shake of the head. Look, I can tell that she likes you. How can you female intuition? First motherly intuition, now female intuition. No fair, women get all the psychic powers. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh at that. That's funny. Trust me, she spent so much time with you, and my gut feeling has never been wrong before. She drinks me. Strange enough, feels me a little bit of confidence. Okay then. I swallow. I guess I'll tell her. I just don't know how to do it. Look, it's easy. All you have to do is be honest with her. Tell her what you told me. That you really like spending time with her and that you want her to be your girlfriend. Easy. She leans back triumphantly. Easy for you to say. Oh? And never confess over text or online. Has to be done in person. Well, it's Thursday today, so you gotta tell her tomorrow. Trust me, you don't want the intuition hanging over you during the weekend. But that's so soon. Think of it this way: the sooner you get to tell her, the sooner you can start dating. I won't lie, that's a pretty appealing prospect. Tomorrow it is. Let me know how it goes. Managed to find your gloves this time, eh? She flails around nervously. Yeah, I guess I didn't know they were in my pocket the whole time before. As she puts them on, I'm hit by a pang of disappointment. I was hoping to get to keep her warm and hold her hands again. Hang on, Sayori. My scarf has come loose. You're so silly, Ryan. Didn't your mom teach you how to properly tie a scarf? Yeah, I just never got around to actually putting it into practice. Let me help you. She stands in front of me, completely undoing the scarf and placing it around my neck. Ah! Whatever they do, zoom ins on the characters and like, oh no, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Not again! Not only can I see her breath forming a misty cloud in front of me, but I can feel it on my face. As she works, she brushes against my neck and collar. I have to force myself not to burrow into her touch. There! With the final loop, the scarf now sits snugly, providing the warmth it should. Even after she's finished, her hands linger on my neck. Despite the fabric of her gloves, I can feel they're still cold. Thank you, Sayori. Much better. You're welcome. Sakurai told us that during the war, a bunch of miners and bombs had been exploded so loud it was heard in London. All the way from France. Over 140 miles away. That must have been one big explosion. You think the miners did the whole cool guys don't look at explosions thing? Maybe that's where the movie directors got the idea from. I'll ask Sakurai tomorrow. Knowing him, I'll probably just get a sarcastic answer though. That's only an interesting math fact. But math isn't interesting. Oh yeah, I'm definitely with you there. So you can't write a poem with numbers or a story. I don't think I've ever seen my parents using the quadratic formula or worked out an area of a triangle in real life. Thank you! You understand my pain! Oh my god! And my teacher tells me that math is a lifelong skill. My ass it isn't! Really? I find it pretty useful. You know, in counting up the amount of times you complained about something. Hey, you said you agree with me. Kidding. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow, Sayori. Have a good one. Bye. Why is this ominous music playing? Man, what a long day today has been. I feel like I learned more from Emmy than I did Sakurai. I guess tomorrow's the day I finally asked Sayori, huh? Being totally honest, I'm kind of terrified. But then again, how much longer do I want this anticipation to loom over me? Besides, Emmy's confident Sayori likes me, so should go smoothly, right? Emphasis on the should. After all, she just spent a lot of time with me. And the trick with her gloves this morning. I just hope I've not misread all of the signs. Or else tomorrow's gonna be super awkward. More Dreamland stuff. I can't. I'm gonna say it again. I did it in the last episode. I did it in the episode before. Tiny Sayori is so adorable. What's up, Brian? You're looking really glum. It's nothing, Sayori. Hey. I know something's bothering you. You can talk to me. It'll be okay. I didn't do well in the end of year exams. People found out and they kept laughing at me. Plus, my parents are going to be so mad. I'm an idiot. Hey, you're an idiot. You're not stupid at all. But I messed up so badly. You're still really smart to me, though. You helped me with homework so many times. And look, you tried your best, right? Yeah. That's fine, then. That's all that counts. You just can't expect more, can they? Yeah, I suppose you're right. And those meanies. They're just jealous. Jealous? Huh? Of what? Well, you're really good at the Floor is Lava game. I was just gonna say we play that now. I'll cheer you up, I know it. I don't know. Come on! You could be Spider-Man again. Okay then. Let's start here. Hey! Next hour passed by in a blur. Within moments, we were already hopping around the room. Zipping by from chair to chair, room to room. Oh, watch out! Lava monster is there. Haha, I'm never going to see Mom's house plant the same way again. Come on, Sayori, you've got this. There's a fairly big gap between the two characters, and Sayori peers over the edge, trying to see if she can make it. Even if you fall, I got you. Okay. She jumps, soaring through the air, and lands right next to me, a triumphant grin on her face. Hey, way to go. She grins and offers her hand for a high five. Having fun? Oh, hi, Mom. She looks like you've having the time of your lives. Good to see you again, Sayori. And you. We were just playing the Floor is Lava game. Quite an active imagination the pair of you have, huh? Mom smiles endearingly. Joys of childhood, eh? Would you like some snacks? I think we have some tempura. Sori's face brightens immediately. Ooh, that would be really nice. Thank you. If that's okay. Of course, dear. How about you, son? Yeah, tempura works for me as well. I've never heard of tempura. Google! To Google. My God, my phone's blowing up. Tempura. Oh, so it's like fried fish. Tempura, a Japanese dish of fish, shellfish, or vegetables fried in batter. That sounds really good if I actually liked fish. Thanks. Oh, and by the my fucking God voice crack. Oh, and by the way, watch out for that tall houseplant in the other room. For it's secretly a scary lava dragon in disguise. She winks as she leaves. I love this game. Man. Things like these I really wish... Typo! It's things like these that I really wish my dad was around. Trey's experienced all the nervousness associated with asking a girl out. Relax. Relax. You're just asking your childhood best friend to be your girlfriend. No big deal, right? Who am I kidding? Of course it's a big deal. What do all those websites online say? Just relax, be yourself, be confident. Oh, some advice that was. I'm just banking on Emmy's intuition being correct. Please be correct, please be correct, please be correct. Ah! I was expected to be in the literature club. Don't tell me I have to do this in front of all of them. Oh God, no. It's gotten rather cold these days, hasn't it? Definitely. I promised I didn't do that on purpose. My voice legitimately just did that on its own, and I hate it. Winter is such a pain. Definitely makes waking up for tennis practice a little harder. Does have its upsides, however. It really makes for the perfect weather to snuggle up indoors with a soothing hot chocolate and a nice book. Seeing all the snow softly fall during the night is really relaxing too. Although it gets ruined the next day when people walk through it. Having end of semester exams is such a drag too. I can't help tuning out this conversation. Today has been going by so slowly. All throughout class this morning I could barely concentrate. I've just been picturing how I imagined the conversation. Speak English, Chloe. For the love of God, speak English! Fuck! I'm just picturing how I imagine the conversation with Sayori will go down. Safe to say, that's definitely been the focus of my mind. Emmy shooting me in knowing looks every so often didn't do much staunch the whirlwind of uncertainty in my head. In the club room, we've just finished sharing poems and I can't wait for the session to end. And people get really mushy around Christmas time as well. You know, like cutting up together, holding hands, all that stuff. Yuck. You say that like it's a bad thing, Natsuki. Come on, it'd be lovely to have someone to warm you up when the nights get cold. Don't you think? Is this a hint? Or me just totally misinterpreting? Pff, no way! I can see where both of you are coming from, actually. On one hand, that physical intimacy... I'm gonna hit myself if I don't fucking speak English right in a minute. Although, YouTube, I'm joking. I'm not... YouTube? I dropped my keyboard. And thankfully, I didn't break nothing, but I still dropped my keyboard. YouTube, I wasn't being serious about hitting myself. It's a joke. Take a joke and move on. Although I have to admit, public displays of... Although I have to admit, PDA can be a bit overwhelming. Especially when couples start playing tonsil tennis with each other. I didn't need that visual. I didn't need that visual of people playing tennis with tonsils. Natsuki, why would you do that? Why? Why? Monika's gonna say something. Calling it. Yep, there we go. Monika laughs. Interesting way of putting it, Natsuki. I'm right, though. Ugh. Say that stuff when you're at home. What about presents? That's something else that makes Christmas so enjoyable. Buying gifts for other people and seeing their reactions. That's definitely a rewarding feeling, especially when they really, really like your choice. Don't you think, Ryan? Don't mind me, just trying to figure out how to ask you to be my girlfriend. Oh yeah, everything's fine, you know? Just trying to figure out the best way to ask you out to be my girlfriend. Oh, yeah, just trying to decide what to get you guys for Christmas, that's all. Racking my brains just to try and follow up with what I've just said. Let's say I had to get you a present, Monika. What would you ask for? Can't buy you a piano, though. Sorry. Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it? It would ruin the mystery. Well, that'd be telling, wouldn't it? It would ruin the mystery. We're always busy with like a billion things going on at once, right? So I don't know, maybe like a diary or a planner or something? Or a tennis racket? I have no idea. Those aren't bad ideas, actually. It's always difficult buying presents for someone, especially when it's someone you don't know particularly well. You could do it with a watch, Monika. A watch? Why? Well, you could do it with the free... Well, you could do it with the free time. Oh, God, Siri. Fucking hell, that joke was good. Fuck, that was horrible. That's a me-level joke. Oh my God, I'm gonna use that, though. One day, Siri's jokes will get a little funnier. I thought it was good. Shut up, game. Finally. The school day sure did take its sweet time. Well, it did drag on. I'd be lying if I said I was ready for what's about to come. Hey, Siri. Are you busy after school today? Nope. Well, apart from homework, but I didn't get much today. Okay, well, I just scratch the back of my head. Siri eyes you curiously. Think we can hang out a bit today after school? Please don't pick up the desperation in my voice. Sure, my place or yours. Yours sounds good. Okay, we haven't spent time out together after school in a long time. What made you change your mind? Hold on, I'm typing something out important. Forgive me, I'll pause the recording real quick and I'll be back momentarily. I apologize for this. And we're back. Sorry, that was an important thing I needed to type out. I apologize. What made you change your mind? Not that I'm complaining. Well, I'm getting a true suspicion that she knows my plan and is just going to go along with it just to watch me squirm. Nothing. Oh, you don't have a Christmas tree for us to decorate, do you? Do you? It's barely mid-November, Sayori, and a bit too early for that. Aww. Anyway, what did you want to do? I don't think it's healthy for a human heart to beat this fast. Well, I wanted to tell you something, Sayori. Okay, what's up? It's now or never. Well, look, I really don't know the best way of saying this. Sayori, just sitting there, patiently waiting for him to speak. There's a hint of anticipation lurking in those blue eyes of hers. Taking a deep breath, I stare at the floor and let my mouth talk before my brain has a chance to catch up. Look, Sayori, I really like you, and I'm really sorry if this changes anything between us, because I really value our friendship, and I wouldn't want to ruin anything, so I guess it was ever since we were kids. I've always been drawn to you, and well, seeing you again after these years has been really, really nice. I'm so glad we get along like the huge gap in our history was never there. I really like you, Sayori, in that way. And, well, I was just wondering how you felt. Like, do you feel the same way, or travel into nothingness, cringing at how pathetic my confession must have sounded? So much for be confident. The silence is getting overwhelming. Lifting my eyes off the safe, Haven is the floor. Have to force herself to meet her gaze. The expression on her face is hard to read. She's smiling, but at the same time, there's definitely a hint of sadness behind her eyes. I should have seen this coming. I guess it really is my own fault. Huh? Fault? What do you mean? I was selfish. What? How? I really like you too. I should be feeling relieved, happy even, at hearing those words. Yet I can't help but feel that something is terribly amiss. I think I always have, even when we first met. She smiles warmly at me, but there are tears forming in her eyes that trickle down her face as she blinks. You've always been so nice to me, even when I didn't deserve it. Even after we drifted apart, you were still willing to talk to me and see how I was doing. I took an interest in my club, even though I didn't think you'd enjoy literature. And at first I was a little unsure. I wasn't sure if things would be like how they were when we were kids. Deep down, I was hoping they would. And over time, I guess I got my wish. Because they did. Your jokes, your personality, just by being around you. Every day was walking reminder of easier times. I don't get it, sir. If you like me too and you're happy with me around, what's the problem? She shakes her head. It's not that easy. You just don't understand. Of course I don't, Sayori. Can you blame me? I guess there's something going on with you. Every time I try to help you, you shut me down. Is there any surprise I don't understand? That day before the festival where you wouldn't even talk to anyone. That day where you weren't in school. Something wasn't right. That day, it was just a gut feeling. I've always been able to tell you when something's wrong, Sayori. No matter how well you hide it. I really wish you couldn't. That horrible nightmare you had. You know some of the things you were saying? You think you're useless, that you don't want to do it anymore? What are you talking about, Sayori? Please, just tell me. What's so tiring? What don't you want to do anymore? Why do you think you're useless? Did someone say something nasty to you? I swear to God, if someone's been saying stuff, tell me and I'll go and... You're right, Ryan. There is someone. I cut my fist so hard I could feel my nails digging into my palm. Who? It's me. I blink, stupefied. That was the last response I expected to hear. You? What on earth is that meant to me? You're saying stuff to yourself? We're just going around circles. Circles. I'm reading too fast. I'm reading too fast for my own good. We're just going around in circles here, Sayori. Please, enough of the mysteries and the vague answers. I've been honest with you. We'll get this horrible dark secret that makes you so useless and unlikable. Depression. For the second time this evening, I'm at a complete loss for words. Huh? There. That's my secret. You're depressed? I've had depression most of my life. Oh. Oh my God, Sayori. That's probably the most lackluster response I could have given you. I'm sorry. Don't be. I wouldn't have expected you to know how to respond. Just gives a short, humorless laugh. I don't know what to say. I had no idea. I never would have known. You always seem so happy, cheerful. But I don't get it. I thought you were so happy. She sighs as tears slowly leak down her cheeks. No, I never was. It was just a mask. I really tried to keep it up. Her voice wavers as she speaks. Fresh tears fall down her face, but unlike the day of her nightmare, she makes no attempt to hide them. Her secret has been laid bare. Every day, waking up, getting ready, walking to school, all the things that people take for granted. And it's been so scary, so difficult. I was so scared that any moment I'd let my mask slip and you'd see the real me. So that's what you're referring to when you said it was tiring, that you didn't want to do it anymore? She nods sadly. All the other things too, like waking up and eating too. I don't have the energy to cook actual meals. That's why you went for pizzas and not the junk food? God, it's all coming together now. The whole thing has been so bittersweet. Seeing you again, hanging out just like we used to. For the first time, it felt what feels like such a long time. I felt something that felt alien to me. Happiness. It wasn't much, but it was something enough to keep me through these days. Like when you warmed my hands up. I felt so bad in asking to help, but sometimes I just couldn't help it. It's so hard fighting against what your heart wants. And I started to like you. It terrified me. But why? Because it was getting harder and harder to resist being selfish. Selfish? Selfish in dragging you into my mess. You shouldn't be bothering with someone like me. Part of me wondered if me being so miserable would put you off. Another sad smile. But it didn't seem like you minded. No, you really stuck around and tried your best to comfort me. Even when I was horrible to you and you kept your distance. Now here we are. A situation that's both what I want and fear the most. I'm worthless. I couldn't care less about myself. I just want others to be happy. And now I've messed that up because now you know about my depression, and knowing you'll definitely worry. I couldn't win either way. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this. I tried so hard. Both you here, telling me you like me too. The voice is a mess at this point, a whirling mess of tears and anguish. For once I just wanted to embrace that selfishness and be your girlfriend. So I'm saying another person who looks just like Sayori has been talking. No, it is like a different person. As she spoke, I was sinking further and further into disbelief. How could it be that my happy, carefree childhood friends was harboring such a sad secret? You're definitely not selfish at all, Sayori. How could you be? You're one of the most selfless people that I know. You make it your duty to make everyone else happy. I could never not care about you. You're my best friend. And I'd do anything to make you happy again. I'm just so glad you told me this. Why? Well, just come here. Please don't hug me. Nope. Phone call. Hold on. Yeah, so I had a little phone call to ruin this tense moment. I apologize. I will admit... Hold on, I'll finish this moment. Please don't hug me. Ignoring her cries, I embrace her, holding her close to me. To my surprise, though, she pulls free and pushes me away from her. I didn't even know she had this strength. I'm sorry. I really can't deal with this right now. Can you please leave? Leave? Siri, look what you've just told me. Do you honestly expect me to go like it didn't mean anything? Yes. I stare at her incredulously. Her resolution doesn't change. All sorts of feelings are swirling through my head right now. I'm still trying to process what she just told me. Even after suffering for the years, she's still this stubborn. Anger floods through my veins, probably an unreasonable reaction, but at this point I'm too emotionally charged to listen to rationality. Oh, so that's how it is, right? I'm allowed to tell you my problems and you're not allowed to cheer me up. But I'm not allowed to help you? What kind of friendship is this, Sayori? You'll never understand. Of course I won't, because you never let anyone in. Is it any surprise you don't understand? I seem to regret raising my voice the moment the words leave my mouth. Just go. Please. Without any choice left, I dejectedly comply. Back in my own house, my mind is still racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Now that the heat of the moment has passed, I ashamedly realize I probably handled that pretty poorly. Yes, it was frustrating being kept in the dark and then... Fuck. It was frustrating being kept in the dark, then having such a huge bombshell dropped to me, then again... being unable to help. Phone call again. And another phone call. Sorry about that. Back to what we were doing. I think I've read this already. But getting angry at her was the worst thing to do. And I'm such an idiot. Ah! God damn it, Emmy. Emmy, so much for female intuition, eh? Well, there's one person who hopefully should be able to help. I grab my phone and hastily punch in a phone number and hope she's free. Hi! Ryan, hi! What's up? I told Siri how I felt and it didn't go well. Yeah, but not for the reason you think. I really don't know how to put this. I'm still trying to process it myself, so I'll just lay it out. Siri likes me too, but she couldn't bring herself to act on those feelings because she's depressed. There's a heavy silence for a beat. Depressed? I know! Siri of all people! Oh, I see. I see. My goodness, that's awful. Poor girl. I hope she'll be alright. I really hope she will be. I'm acting like such an idiot. What happened? When she told me she was depressed, I tried to comfort her by hugging her. But she pushed me away and told me to leave. And I'm kicking myself. Go on. Her tone is gentle. I get angry at her and raise my voice. It was just so frustrating not be able to help her, and I wasn't thinking straight. Oh, darling. You're not an idiot at all. I understand it must have been so frustrating. No, shouting out at her wasn't the best idea, but it's not like you set out to hurt her, is it? Well, no. Happens during arguments, don't worry. There's so many other things, too. So she feels worthless, and that she felt selfish in even telling you what was going on. So that's why so that explains why she rejected your hug. There's a sigh on the other end. Sweetheart, this must be so difficult for both of you. It must feel so overwhelming. Believe me, I know what your situation is like. You do? Mm-hmm. I once dated someone with depression and it wasn't easy. So the hardest thing is to watch someone we love suffer like that. We just don't understand it when they say such negative things about themselves. It was horrible, Mom. Didn't feel like Sayori was talking. I just never saw it coming. I mean, I knew that something was going on with her. But I just thought having days where you're in a low mood were normal, you know? Well, from what I've gathered, she's awfully convincing at wearing that facade. If there was any consultation, I don't think anyone could have guessed that she was depressed. Either way, the worst part of depression is that it's probably just so loud and convincing. It's got a horrible tendency to dominate the thoughts of whoever's got it. It can be really hard for them to take the off the depression-tinted glasses. It's an illness. Unfortunately, mental illnesses can be just as significant as physical ones. Something I wish this country would recognize. So what can I do for her? What do I do? Can I even do anything? You definitely can help her out. I didn't mean to make you feel like you were powerless or anything. It's okay. I'm glad you're being honest, I guess. It's just kind of hard to realize exactly what we're dealing with here. So it would help to be informed, right? You've become really mature. I'm proud of how well you're handling this. I'm not handling this well at all. I had no idea how to react. I shouted at her and she was in tears. Would anyone who isn't a mental health professional know how to deal with what you've just been told? Anyway, the most important advice I can give you is not to expect a quick fix. Depression isn't something that can be fixed with love. It isn't your job to fix her. But you can still help her. I was starting to think I was totally useless here. Of course not, darling. She loves you as well, don't forget. It won't be all doom and gloom. You'll have days where things will be normal. Days where she really isn't faking her mood. But then you'll also have days where she won't have the energy to get out of bed. Days where she just won't feel like talking to anyone. And it's really important that you're patient and understanding as you can be during those days. Oh, and communication's a big one. That goes for any relationship, really. Sounds really obvious, but talk to her. Let her know about how she sees the world. Let her tell you about how she sees the world. What her thoughts, feelings, and fears are. There's going to be problems. There's going to be fights. Those are healthy and part of any relationship. If something's bugging you or someone's bothering her, just talk it out. Communication is the key to a successful relationship, believe me. I can't help but laugh. You sound like one of those relationship gurus. It's a mother's job to guide her children, you know. As an aside, never underestimate how helpful it can be just to listen to someone's problems and worries. Just having someone listen can be so helpful, more than you could ever realize. Funny you mentioned that, because I was going to ask if Sayori should see a therapist or a doctor. Yes, I think that'd probably be for the best. Though things like therapy and medication don't always work for everyone, it's tempting to see it as a magical fix, but just remember it'll take time. There's so much more I want to discuss, but unfortunately you caught me at a really bad time. It's times like these in particular that I feel awful for not being around. It'd be really nice to see you, Mom. Really hoping I can come to visit soon. For what it's worth, you're much stronger than you realize, and I'm very proud of you. Just remember that, okay? I'll try. Give it a day or two before you talk to her, by the way. I think she needed a little bit of time to cool off. So that if you apologize for getting angry and rationally explaining your side of things, she'll come around. She never struck me as a girl who could hold a grudge. Emotions running high from what I can gather, so she'll understand it. I know it seems really bleak right now, but it'll be okay. I just know it. I really hope so, Mom. Just remember that your support will just be as important as what a doctor or therapist can offer her. You've really got such a big heart. Show her just how big that heart really is. I love you. Love you too, Mom. And thanks for everything. Anytime. Ring me whenever you need help, okay? Wearily, I flopped down onto the sofa. Because there's such a lot happening. Such a short space this time. I just hope Sayori and I can patch things up. I'm gonna end off this episode here, and I need to. Oh. I need to end it with. Oh, God. I hate that I can relate to what Sayori's going through. I really do. And it sucks that I don't have someone like MC, in this case, who can help. I'm going through what I'm going through alone. And then people are probably like, oh, but you have your mother and you have your parents and stuff like that. But it's like, they don't get it. They don't get what I'm going through. They don't understand the pain that I feel every day. And they don't understand all the things that I go through. Anyway, I need to end of this episode. I'm still going to continue. I need to bulk record at least a few episodes of all the stuff I need to record. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. Follow my notification down in the description below, Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next video or live stream of whatever it's time to make. Have a good day, everybody.
The wolf remains one of his most feared animals.